And now, an ad from Dad.
All right, save money on car insurance when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Can I take these off? All right. What is this? This looks good. Wow, that's well made. Where did you get this? I'm talking to you with the hair. Yeah, where did you get this? It's good stuff. That's solid. That's not veneer, that's solid stuff.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Hello, Wildcats. It's your boy Kev coming at you like a naked running crackhead guy named Dustin. If you haven't seen that video yet on Reddit, it's pretty awesome. But this is just a disclaimer to let you know that we are a comedy and crime podcast. So even though we do cover many serious cases and true events, we do like to throw in some inappropriate jokes and some dark humor. So if you don't like to mix comedy and crime, this is not the podcast for you, and we completely understand. If you want to pass on this one, pass on us like they all do. But you know who else they passed on? Tom Brady. And guess who I am? Not Tom Brady, but I wish I was his son so I could make out with Tom Brady. Anyways, I think that's it. Thank you all for listening. Be good, stay safe, and laugh at the dark stuff. Hashtag Wildman.
I'm in the mood, girl, I wanna have sex. In the mood, girl, so let's have sex tonight. In the mood, girl, I wanna have sex. I'm in the mood, girl, so let's have sex tonight. In the mood, but what do I do with my penis? With my penis, I'm kinda new, so what do I do with my penis? Should I put it in between his butt cheeks? In the mood, girl, I wanna have sex. In the mood, girl, I love to have sex tonight. In the mood, girl, wanna have sex. In the mood, so let's have sex tonight.
Alright, fellas, like we practiced.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Come on down. Come on down. Hanging with the brothers tonight, yeah. Come on down to the Brotherscommon.place tonight.
Alrighty, welcome everyone to the Brotherscommon.place, a comedy and crime podcast where we cover monsters, murders, mysteries, and more. Shit, I didn't expect that. And before we get into today's episode, I want you all to meet my very favorite, best brothers in the entire world.
Ooh, that was actually really nice.
But then again, my only brother I have is a half-brother, and he's a child molester, so...
Oh, fuck.
You guys, we're up against some stiff competition right there.
Yeah. Hey, we still won, though. What's going on, guys? This is Tim, or Chester Benningfield, as they call me that time I left my blanket in a field.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
You thought that was going to be darker, didn't you?
I love it.
Hey everybody, this is Toof, or to kind of take off end of Kevin's sentence when he said, I'm also the guy known as who took Viagra during the Viagra competition, known as the stiff competition.
Oh, I like that too, baby.
Nice, nice.
Shit, I don't like any of the intros I have. One was going to be, hey, what up, this is Spence, 100% made in America, unlike all of Donald Trump's children.
Oh. No, what do you mean you don't like that?
Yeah, that one's awesome.
We'll go with it.
Hell yeah, dude. It sucks though, man. Oh, never mind. It was gonna be being a baby born overseas joke, not being American. But and it's your boy Kev, aka the Dirty Dog, aka Vanilla Joke Zero, as they called me in high school.
Oh, fuck. Yes.
Vanilla joke. Fuck yeah, dude. That is what they called you too.
Hell yeah.
So before we get into this, I just want to thank everyone that has joined our Snapchat group on for the podcast. It's been a lot of fun. It's fucking insane and crazy.
Yes.
I love everyone in there, and it's nuts. And if you want to join it, just send us a message on Snapchat. I highly suggest that you go into the group and disable the notifications. Otherwise, they're going to be going off all day, every day, because half of our people in it are in Australia. And yeah, it's just from all over. But it's so much fun. I love it.
I still haven't done that, actually. Spence, what did you think about it?
It's like the fucking cantina bar from the first Star Wars in there.
So fucking good and accurate.
Yeah, it really is.
There's some strange characters in there, and we don't know what they're up to, but I think they can give us passage to the, what's it called? Fuck, what's her planet?
Clitoris.
Yeah, to the clitoris planet system. Alderaan. They can give us passage to the Alderaan
for
system.
sure. To me, it seems like Gathering of the Juggalos in a Snapchat group.
Yeah. It's like
It pretty much is.
1/3 Gathering of the Juggalos, 1/3 dog pictures, 1/3. I'm actually quite surprised how easily they all wanted to go along with starting a cult. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, everyone was ready for it.
It's pretty much like a third of not American crazy shit, like Canada and Australia stuff.
Dude, I don't know why it's so goddamn funny to me, but I think about it and laugh all the time. The guy in Australia, I think his name is Corey or Cody, I don't remember, but he sent us this...
Cody. Weed whacker guy.
Yeah, he sent us this snap where he's like, "What? This is why my neighbors hate me." It's like 9 or 10 at night. Like, it's completely dark. The dude is in like the fucking bright orange vest, like safety vest, and he has like a 10 by 10 foot square yard of grass, and he's just fucking weed whacking that fucker, and it's so funny.
I fucking love it, dude. I fucking love it.
It's amazing.
This is the same guy who sends videos from like in a mine shaft.
Yeah,
or like seeing kangaroos on the side of the road.
He's fucking badass, dude. I love it. So alrighty, Wildcats, it is time to buckle up and strap in because we're about to go on some wild rides this week. Amusement parks, water parks, theme parks. They're supposed to be fun, entertaining, and a place to go to take the whole family for a good time. But sometimes things go bad and don't work out the way they're meant to.
Like Rosa Parks.
And even worse. And even worse, sometimes accidents happen and people die.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, what if Rosa Parks was in the movie Speed? And it's not that it's not that they can't go under 50 miles an hour. It's they have to keep going 50 miles per hour while she stays in her seat.
Oh, fuck yes,
and also,
like she's holding them hostage.
And also, ambulance. That's going on.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Bring
Dude,
ambulance.
you guys want to do a fucking reenactment all three?
Hell yeah, I do.
I'll blackface for it.
We should do that one too, where that case we did where the guy killed the guy on the bus. We should do all that at once.
So today, we are going to bring in the end of summer with some crazy, fudged up, and possibly could have been avoided amusement park ride deaths and accidents. So I was originally going to talk about like a decent amount of them, but we're going to talk about 2, actually, and I think that's going to be enough to cover this hour, so we'll see. But yeah, anything before we jump into talking about some of these scary accidents?
I don't think so.
Dude, how I kind of wanted to do this because I was like, man, it would be so fun. We have some listeners in Ohio and in Michigan. I was like, it'd be fun to get like a group together next summer to all go to Cedar Point, or just be like, hey, this is a day we're going to Cedar Point if you want to go and meet up with us or something.
Wow.
That would be cool, yeah.
And then I started researching these rides, and I never want to ride a coaster again.
Wait.
Oh, fuck.
What? The Cedar Point rides?
Did any of them happen at Cedar Point though?
No, I don't think. I'm pretty sure Cedar Point's pretty safe.
Nah, for our bonus episode that we're going to do, probably not today, but we're going to talk about Cedar Point death.
Well, yeah, but that one wasn't the ride's fault.
It was
it was the
machine.
time that bird flew into Fabio's face on the demon drop.
I mean, that's got to be on there.
Oh, there's a couple we'll talk about.
I do have something to mention. Should I mention the shitty tooth shirts I made?
Yeah, mention that, dude.
Hey, listeners out there, I made on some blank white tees. They'll either be a large or extra large in men's. I got these fabric markers, and I've been trying to see how cool of an artist I can be. I'm not. They're fucking. They're super shitty, and like their letters are all fucked up and not the right dimensions and everything. But I tried. But I'm gonna. You guys send. You guys want them? Send your info into the.
No, just send a message saying you want them, and we'll pick them.
There we go.
You don't have to send me everything.
Send us your address, social security number, and password to your Facebook account, and we'll randomly pick some people out there. And
how many do you have? 2?
Like 2 or 3.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna make 4, but I'm probably gonna throw the one I nutted in away.
And since they're plain white tees, just make sure to tell Kevin how good he looks in New York City.
Oh my God, hell yeah, dude! I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
You know what? If people want it, one of the T-shirts is a large that I had since like 2013, and I used to nut in it back in the day. If you want it, fucking just say you want it, and I'll give it to you.
You should just not tell them which one it is and have one
No,
of the
'cause that's
t-shirts out
fucked
there
up.
be the nutted one, and it can be like the golden ticket from fucking Willy Wonka. Who
Dude.
gets the nutted t-shirt?
Somebody's
They get to
grandpa's-
come have a tour of
Somebody's
tours
grandpa's
of
going to
Toop's
get the
house.
fuck up and get this after fucking being in bed for like 30 years.
Fucking rejuvenates it, brings it back to life.
So my parents are in Gatlinburg right now, which I don't know why my dad, he just had like surgery on his leg not too long ago, but for some reason he's like walking up and down mountains right now. But
Fuck
my
yeah.
mom sent me a picture of him where he's just like laying down on this bed because he's tired. And he really just looks like a Civil War general that just walked off the battlefield and put on jeans.
Dude, what about your dad like standing there watching the battle and the army guys look at him and like they're like, God damn, that guy is like, what the fuck's Fred doing out there? He should be on the battle leading us.
His fucking mustache is out of control.
It's badass that Marlboro paid for your parents to do this, though. That's pretty fucking cool.
You know what though, dude? Me and Toof, we really did promote Marlboro all through school with our coats and backpacks, so they fucking kind of owe us at this point.
Dude, our parents smoked so much. I remember the Marlboro miles they collected. I used to get fucking sweet shit, like hammocks and fucking like sweet chairs and stuff. Like we were close to getting a fucking boat, probably.
Hell yes.
I think we still actually have the hammock, dude. It's fucking sweet.
So since we're doing some announcements and just some notes right here, I do have a couple of things I want to mention. At the very end of this episode, we're going to play a promo for a comedy and crime podcast called Dumb and Busted. So if you're a
Ooh.
fan of this podcast, you'll probably get some enjoyment out of it. It's pretty cool, pretty awesome. Got some good cases on there, so check it out. Also, a shout out to our boy Joseph Harvey, our hashtag Wildman for life. He was the one who wore the the T-Bro C shirt at Fox Lake, where the G.I. Joe Glenowicks case all went down.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And then also one more shout out to our Australian brother Luke Osborne. He is a
nice.
friend of Daniel's. I believe he works with them, actually. But he left us a super badass review and sent us some funny shit in an email. So, yeah, I just want to give him a shout out and tell him thank you. And thank you to everyone that's been reaching out to us and stuff lately. It's been awesome.
Thanks,
Yeah,
everybody.
we love you guys.
And then at the end, there's going to be a Patreon shout out. So we'll do something fun with that. I'm not sure what. Something cool.
Probably just gonna fart into the mic.
Yeah. So alrighty, we ready to jump into this case?
Let's do it.
Alrighty, so for this first one that we're going to talk about, this first accident, sources for this one, the main one is going to be complex.com and then also Times of India, because this is going to be an amusement park in India, an accident there. The Kankaria pendulum crash.
Fuck, there's so many pendulum swinging jokes I can make now.
I was waiting on it.
But you know what? I'm not gonna go for Kevin's low hanging fruit right now.
Well, and that is what you call the pendulum's promise.
Oh.
Fuck yeah.
That's a fucking deep juggalo joke for you fucking losers out
man.
there listening that are also juggalos like us. So here we go. The first one, it actually happened back in July of this year. There's an amusement park in Ahmedabad. I'm a
Al Qaeda.
bad father.
Abu Di.
Father.
It's like Ahmedabad.
Spencer, I was just about to crack that same one you were singing.
I did it like as background music.
Oh, I didn't even hear it. I'm sorry. What was
I
it,
didn't
Spence?
You'll just have to listen while you're editing.
Oh, no, those scare me. Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India, or something like that, and it's located
fuck.
near Kankaria Lake. And this ride, it is a pendulum swinging type ride. If you have ever been to Cedar Point, it's kind of like Max Air in a way, but it's not as big, not as badass, because Max Air is American-made, baby.
That's right.
Fucking love Max Air.
It's a pretty fun one.
So many people are afraid of it. They think it's going to make them sick.
Yeah, that one's not really
Dude,
scary. I like that one.
It's so
I don't
good.
ever want to ride pendulum swinging rides, man. The Ohio State Fair one we'll get to in a
Yeah,
minute.
that shit was terrifying. Yeah.
But yeah, so this ride, it's not as big as Max Air, but it is that similar style where it has all the people sitting in pretty much a big circle, and then it swings around like a big just pendulum swing back and forth. But it doesn't go as high as Max Air, but it's still a thrill-seeking ride. And it is July 14th, a Sunday. And the pendulum ride, which I think is called the Discovery, but I'm not sure. There's only one English word on the ride, and it's just the word super. So,
Oh, if there was only one English word on there, I thought it'd be our customer support, Andrew.
yeah, dude. I like the IRS scam that they do that's going on, where it's the Indian dude, and he's like, hello, this is Steve Black.
I'm sure it is.
Hello, this is Andrew Carnell. Would you mind giving your social security number to me? It has been hacked.
Yeah.
God, dude, is this racist?
Yeah, it is. So I'll probably have to cut all that. See, I don't understand
right.
why it's racist to do an impression of a race. If that's like really what they sound like, you know?
Yeah, I would say leave it in.
I don't know. I don't get it. That's why I haven't done the Batman. I told you, Mr. Wayne, I'm very good with calculations. That guy.
Holy shit, that's good.
So this ride is sometimes referred to as the Discovery, I think, or just the part where the people sit is called the Discovery. I don't really know. But the ride, it's swinging in motion. It has 31 people that are seated on it riding. And at around 5:40 p.m., while the ride is swinging and reaching possibly the max height of the swing, when all of a sudden a load-bearing cable snaps on it, which causes the Discovery part of the ride where all the riders are at on it, it caused that to like snap in half kind of and then swing back into itself before plummeting and crashing into the ground below.
Oh, Jesus.
And this fall was about like 20 or so feet. But it's like, you know, the part where Max Air where all the people are sitting. Imagine when it goes up in the air, like the very middle part of it just snaps and it swings into itself, like hitting the other end.
Yeah, fuck that.
And then when the part where the people are is pretty much parallel to the ground, it's almost a flat fall, but it's like angled a little bit. So the part where it's angled down, those people got pretty fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but what if it was the cat people from that movie on this ride? Would they would all land on their feet?
Yeah, that's true. All the riders were also holding buttered toast, and they could tell. They could tell by the way that fell that the devil was near.
Wait, did it fall jelly side down?
Yeah, it was jelly toast.
It better fucking not have.
That's
I will get off the podcast right now if that shit fell jelly side down.
God. If you guys haven't seen the movie Devil,
Holy
it's
shit.
fucking garbage. It could have been awesome. Could have been cool.
It's also still kind of fun. Like,
Yeah,
like
it
I
is.
still kind of like the movie, and it could have been great.
Yeah.
But, like,
Is that elevator movie?
Yeah.
yeah, M. Night Shyamalan.
Where?
Are we gonna do spoilers or no?
What?
I mean, we kind of just did.
Yeah.
Elevator grandma movie.
I
Yeah.
mean, because we just told him it was the devil, and apparently you're not supposed to know that going in, even though the movie's called fucking Devil.
And the trailers and posters all said that.
Yeah.
The Mexican security guard proves that the devil is nearby because he puts jelly on a piece of toast and tosses it, and it lands
Jelly side down.
Jelly side down.
Come on. Like, wouldn't it always land jelly side down?
I don't know, dude. Too bad we're not in high school. We couldn't do science fair to figure this shit out.
You guys just want to do the podcast on that? Come on. Let's go get some fucking jelly and some bread.
We could prove it scientifically.
For the science thing in school, did you have to pay to get in?
To the science fair? No.
Oh, so it wasn't a science fair.
Oh, god damn it, dude.
God
Jesus,
damn it, I'm sorry.
Oh, goddamn, dude. Holy shit, man.
Sorry.
So after that cable,
Sorry.
after the cable snaps, causing the end of the ride with the people on it to crash into the ground below, the fall is about 20 feet or so. But all the riders, they're all strapped into their seats and completely helpless. And the ride, as it snaps, it swings back, so there's a collision, and then it falls 20 feet to the ground below.
Fuck, dude, that's so scary.
I would say this is exactly like when Big Show strapped Rey Mysterio to that stretcher
And just smacked him into that
swung and bashed
motherfucker.
him on the corner of the
Oh,
turnbuckle.
yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was amazing.
Just as scary.
Pretty much, dude. And everyone on the ride is injured, and 3 were in critical condition.
Wait, what? Nobody was just pronounced dead at the scene?
Well, kind of. We'll get there.
Okay.
All the people on the ride were between the ages of 16 and 26.
Oh, fuck, man. They were young as shit.
And 2 out of the 3 in critical condition would end up dying from the accident. So one of the people in critical condition somehow survived. But I'm pretty sure the 3 that were badly injured were the ones that were at the bottom angle where it kind of collided into the ground first. All this is caught on tape. Also, there's a video of this.
I may have seen it. I'm not sure.
Someone was recording
What's it called
on their
again?
phone.
2 girls, 1 cup.
2 girls, 1 cup. Cake farts. If you type in like India roller coaster,
It'll come up.
Kankaria, Kankaria, it should pop up. And I watched an Indian newscast on the event, and they immediately announced that 3 people died, even though it was 2. And this isn't funny at all. It's just really weird and dumb to me, and it kind of made me laugh. But as they're doing the newscast, like they're showing pictures of the ride, like after the crash. So they're showing like the seats and shit that are all destroyed and just the remains of this ride. And you notice that the pictures kind of like twitch and move a little bit, like something's off with them because they're showing them on a green screen. And
What
then
the fuck?
And then the newscaster walks in front of the screen and starts talking about it.
Oh, what the fuck?
It would be like during 9/11 if they just had that on a green screen and then people started like walked in front of it and started talking as like the fucking buildings are burning.
That's fucking weird, dude.
But it kind of
And disrespectful?
I thought it was. I was like, what the even for like us. I was like, oh.
Like it's a little much.
And like they even showed where like a tiny clips where like riders were still in the ride trying to get out. They showed people like helping them out.
Oh, Jesus.
But it's like, why do you got to show that shit? Yeah, it just seemed kind of weird. Like, I don't know.
Hey, Kevin, I have a question. Do you have a list of names of people who were on the ride?
No.
Was one of the ladies that got injured, I think she was 18, was her name Anna Jones?
Anna Jones?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I was just wondering if there was an Indian Anna Jones on that ride.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Damn.
Man. Jesus.
Fuck,
I'm
dude.
sorry, guys. I had to do it, though.
Was all right. I'm gonna riff on that for a second.
Oh, God, guys.
Was there a woman on there named Nana Gins?
Nanigans.
Because they wanted to find out for sure whether there was any of she nanigans getting on that ride.
Oh,
That's what caused the crash.
Oh, my God, yes.
All them shenanigans.
Hey, what's the name of that restaurant has all the wacky shit on the walls? The 2 people that died on this ride, they were aged 22 and 24 years old.
Oh, man. They're babies.
But yeah, the video of this is on YouTube. It's kind of weird to watch because it's like it's too easy to find. People died on it and it's just there. Like it's so easy to find and it's so easily available. It just seems kind of fucked up. And this ride, the next one, we're not really going to go into the details of this, but it's very similar, which is the Ohio State Fair, the Fireball ride accident, which is close to the same thing, except this ride, it is also a pendulum swinging ride, and I believe it's a stand-up one, though. But what happens with this is, I believe it's in different sections, so it's still a big circle, and you're standing up, but each section has like 4 or 5 people in it. So the way it's connected, so it's like 5 separate ones. In an interview with this one girl, she's saying like the people next to her were saying how they felt like their thing was loose, like their actual part of the ride that they were standing on was loose. And then that's when it swings back and it's so fucking loud, but the people on the loose one just collide with like the gate and get flung off. And I forget.
Just
I think,
watched it.
yeah, it's fucking brutal. It's bad. The noise of it hitting. I think 2 people died on that one, but I didn't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't research this one, so we're not gonna get too in detail with it. That was just what I wanted to mention because it's very similar to the last one.
And I don't know if it's real or not, but I saw a prank video where a guy was sitting on a roller coaster next to some random guy, and he just brought a bolt with him.
Oh yeah,
And and he just shows the guy the bolt. He's like, "Wait, I just saw this. What's this from?" And the guy like starts looking around, and the roller coaster takes off. That's like actually like a fucking great prank, but
Yeah, I think a lot of people have done that.
They use the same bolts on it from the Challenger rocket.
Oh, fuck
my
yes,
God.
dude.
Did you
in the
guys
fucking Hindenburg.
Did you guys see the Mind Freak with Chris Angel, where he's like, they set this thing up on a roller coaster track, where it's like a big circle with paper, so you can't see through it, but he's on the inside, chained up. And then the roller coaster crashes through the paper. Then all of a sudden, he's sitting in the roller coaster riding it.
Oh my God, yes.
It's so fucking funny, dude.
Everything he does is funny.
This is fucking...
Link it to me, please.
So, alrighty, anything before we move on to the next one?
No, I don't think so.
So, for our next ride, we are going to journey back into the United States, and we're going to talk about one of the most brutal, dangerous ones that I could find. And here's some statistics for you that is just straight from the Wikipedia page based on the United States and death rates and things like that when it comes to amusement parks. From 1987 to the year 2000, there were an estimated 4.5 amusement ride-related deaths per year. 5 people a year or so from 87 to 2000 that would die, which that's not a lot, but it's still enough to be scary.
Yeah, you don't have to do it. Like, it's something you don't have to do.
No, you pay money to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't have to do this. Yeah.
From 1990 to 2004, there were 52 deaths associated with amusement park rides.
Would that happen to coincide with, you said from 92 to 2005?
90 to 2004.
Would that be part of Action Park?
Action Park is awesome. I was going to talk about that, but I didn't bring it up. The fucking loop on that slide.
Dude, even though I'm pretty sure I'd die, I kind of would want to go there and see that shit in action.
I have Action Park listed as a bonus episode. It was one of the first things I wanted to do an episode on. But yeah, we'll talk about that one day. There were 3 deaths in 2001, 2 deaths in 2002, and 3 deaths in 2003. And then as far as injuries go, they're pretty much super common. But every day from May through September in each year between 1990 and 2010, there were an average of 20 injuries by amusement park guests under 18 years old that required hospitalization. In 2011, 1,204 people were injured at 400 amusement parks, according to the IAAPA.
What is the IAAPA?
International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions.
Nice.
Yeah.
For Tim, it's just Paul Burchill saying what's up to the APA. Aye, APA.
Oh, fuck yes. Hell yeah.
I use APA and not that MLA bullshit.
Yeah, fuck that stuff, man. Fuck MLA. MLA sucks.
No, just
APA.
No, just go ahead and get me a stout. I don't really need an IPA. That wasn't even funny. That was dumb. In the morning, I pee 2 streams. Alrighty.
I call them A and B. IAABA.
Hell yeah.
All right, so this one, the reason I picked this episode, the Verrucht water slide at the Schlitterbahn, Kansas City Water Park. Verrucht. I think it's Verrucht. It is
Kansas City, Germany?
It's Kansas City, but it is in a German, or it's like a German city, I guess, in there. I don't know.
It's Farouk. Like, right before they go down, they have to yell, damn.
Farouk. Damn.
Damn.
The source on this one is theatlantic.com, as well as the wiki page for the water park, Esquire.com, and then also there's a video on the Atlantic YouTube page that contains clips from the water slide documentary. So all of those are what we pulled these sources from. And the reason I saw this was I just saw a related video that listed this, the world's tallest water slide, it was titled. And so I checked it out. It was posted a couple weeks ago, and yeah, I just wanted to do a case on it because it's pretty fucked up. So Schlitterbahn Kansas City Water Park, it is a 370-acre park, but the actual water park section was 40 acres. And then the entire development of this park cost $750 million.
Holy fuck.
Wait, so when they were developing it, it was just all woods, right?
Possibly. Why's that?
I thought you said the 40-acre woods.
Okay, yeah, dude.
Oh, nice. Nice.
They killed Winnie the Pooh to log the place out.
The Schlitterbahn Kansas City Water Park is actually a lot better than the one they built in the nearby city of Shitterbarn.
Yeah.
That place sucks.
I wonder what they made there. Yeah, I was born in Shitterbond, and my dad worked at the shitter factory, and my grandpa worked at the shitter factory.
What do you guys do there now? Nothing. Well, just Civil War reenactments. That just sounds like what they would do there.
Or cranking out Michael Bay movies.
Oh, fuck yeah. It is shit and you might need a bong.
So the park, it was announced in September of 2005, and when it opened up on April 30th, 2011. So it took quite a long time to fully develop this place. I'm pronouncing that different every time. I think it's Verrucht. The Verrucht water slide, however, that bad boy would open up on July 10th, 2014. And some details on this slide. Verrucht or Verrucht, it is a German word for crazy or insane. Yes. Which is the perfect name for this slide because it would be the world's tallest water slide, standing at 169 feet and 7 inches, which is just 169 feet and 4 inches taller than my my little wormy.
If you're laying on the ground.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So the Verrucht water slide would surpass the Kilimanjaro at the I don't even know how to pronounce it. There's a water park, a resort in Brazil, Aldeia das Águas. That's not even close to what it is.
I wouldn't even fucking try it. Yeah,
but it was taller than that one.
You did good.
Thank you, too.
Is sliding on water really that much fun that you want to get that high while you do it?
I mean,
it's
kind of fun. I wouldn't want to get that high. No.
Yeah, this water slide is on a raft. I don't like water parks at all, but I've never fucking really enjoyed water slides. It always hurts.
I like that Zambezi Bay that used to be Wyandotte Lake. That's pretty good.
The one that I did at the fucking water park at the resort we were in, Myrtle Beach, was fun, but that was maybe like 60 feet up.
Haven't you been to that indoor one?
Yeah, I mean, Kalahari's
Kalahari?
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kalahari's fun.
Yeah.
I knew, I was friends with one of the guys that was a lifeguard there, and he was working there when that kid drowned a couple of years ago, but I don't know if he was there that day.
Did he just get sucked in the bottom of the pool?
No, well, his butthole did, and then all of his intestines got sucked out that way.
Oh, okay. Because that's definitely not a myth.
So this water slide, in case you can't guess by the topic this week, it never should have been made. It doesn't even really make sense how this thing got fucking developed. But here's a quote from The Atlantic on it. Quote, at 169 feet tall, Verrucht was the tallest water slide in the world. Riders plummeted down the nearly vertical 17-story chute, taller than Niagara Falls, at speeds up to 70 miles per hour.
Yeah, that does not sound fucking safe at all.
This thing is fucking crazy.
Like, fuck that.
The construction of this slide was hurried in 2012. So this fucking slide, big, giant, scary as fuck slide, they hurried the construction of it. They're like, we got to speed this shit up. Because Jeff Henry, the co-owner of the Schlitterbahn Company, and the senior designer, John Schooley, I think we'll call him Schooley.
They should have gone back to schoolie.
Oh, yeah, dude. And I don't care that sometimes you're late for shul.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But Jeff Henry and senior designer John Schooley, they were really wanting to get this ride finished to coincide with an appearance on a reality show about amusement parks.
Oh, fuck, dude. This probably bit them right back in the ass.
Actually, I'm not even joking. The reality show, I forget what it's called, maybe Extreme Water Parks or something. That's just, I can't remember. It would literally end up saving the rest of their lives, these two.
Oh, fuck. Holy shit.
We'll get to it. So if you're going to speed up construction with no regards for anyone's safety, like in order to get a reality show, then I say go for it, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking
go
hashtag
for it.
Wildman.
Yeah, hashtag Wildman.
No, dude, fuck these guys. That's like, it's
You
so
guys
ridiculous.
you guys are doing nothing wrong.
Hey, how's that thing go on Not Another Teen Movie? If this Jake guy's only going out with you to get into his pants, I say
go out with him.
Go out with him.
And maybe if he really likes you, those kids should stop throwing bags of shit all over the porch. Even after you put on a couple of pounds.
He just calls his daughter pumpkin tits. And also, according to the source, they wanted to get a Guinness World Record, which I'm not exactly sure which one. I mean, it would end up being the world's tallest water slide, but they may have been going for other records also.
Hopefully they got it for the most deaths.
Well, we'll find out. Here's a quote from him on this. Quote, I always set out to break all the records. This is the dude behind who's getting it made. John, what's his name? Jeff Henry? Yeah. This is Jeff Henry, the co-owner, who is just, this is fucking ridiculous. Here he goes. Quote, I always set out to break all the records. I want to be the first at the bar to buy a drink. I want to be the first to meet a pretty girl. I want to be the first at everything. I want to have the biggest, the tallest, the fastest rides at my park. The next one I build is going to be twice as big, and the one after that, that's going to be even bigger than that. So that is, that's their mentality right now.
Sure.
And here's the kicker. Both of these guys, they've built rides before, but neither of them have any background in mechanical engineering or anything. They've pretty much just been lucky at this point.
They just kind of throw stuff
That's
together
pretty
and
much
see
how
what
I've been my
works.
whole life.
Yeah, it really is just trial and error with these guys because the laws in Kansas, you don't need a degree to be able to build a giant ass water slide and declare.
Oh, yeah. I forgot we were in Kansas.
And like, you don't need a degree. Like, you can build it and declare it safe. And there's no fucking laws saying that you have to have any background knowing what you're doing.
Dude,
Sounds safe.
we got to set up our headquarters out there in
I
Kansas.
know, exactly. Fuck, let's just start building this shit.
Did you ever see that guy? I forget who he is, but he builds like a giant castle. And he just builds it himself out of like stones and shit.
Oh yeah, and it's like scary tall.
That guy that was building that castle, he's like, I built it using trial and error. Lots of trial, very little error. But he just really just drives around in his truck digging up rocks and then stacks them and builds he built a giant castle himself. He's a big
That's
fucking
awesome.
hillbilly, but it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. It looks totally unsafe though.
Yeah, it is scary. So because of the laws in Kansas, these guys, they didn't need a degree to be able to build this slide. And quote, unlike in the neighboring state of Missouri, water parks in Kansas do not require inspections by a state agency. So they don't even have state fucking inspections. They do it themselves. And I watched a video.
Shit.
It was in that documentary where they do some testing on this water slide. And just how the fuck it got anywhere beyond this, I have no idea. So they build this slide, okay? It's 17 stories. It has the first drop that's about like a 60-degree angle or so. And then at the bottom of that drop, it ramps up to another shorter hill that is a 5-story drop. And then after that second hill, it kind of like rides out to the end. But it's a fucking huge drop. And they test it by getting the raft that the riders are going to be in. It is a 3-person raft, so it's like a single line, but it can hold 3 people.
Yeah.
They fill it with sandbags, and then they push it over the slide and see what happens. Every time it hits the second hill, this fucking raft with sandbags goes airborne. It fucking flies, dude. It's like takes off like a fucking rocket is fucking launching this thing. So it'll like fly up and flip even though it's full of sandbags and everything. It's so fucking dangerous.
Sounds like it's good to go to me.
So they approved it, didn't they?
It immediately is blasting off, dude, and it's always fucking flipping, and they're kind of laughing and joking about it. I mean, I would be too if I was watching it. I'd be like, holy shit. But I wouldn't continue on to the next stage either.
Yeah.
But yeah, after every test, it's just like a fucking huge wreck and failure. And they're even like, man, we killed all those sandbags on board. Like joking about it.
Oh, hell yes.
Oh.
Hey, they were cones.
It would be funny saying that if like you weren't like if you made sure it was safe before you actually did it.
Yeah. But
So like if you said, oh yeah, we killed a couple sandbags to make sure this ride was okay, like that's a good joke, as long as no one dies and the ride's actually functionally safe.
Those owner guys should have wrote it first.
well, honestly, to their credit, the next day they do.
Oh, fuck yes.
Oh.
And granted, the documentary, they don't show every test. Like, you only see like 30 seconds of just fucking disasters. But yeah, the next day, the 2 guys, they test it out, and it goes well for them. Granted, they are 2 grown adult men, and they do look a little hefty, so they have some weight to them, so that probably helped. But here's a quote from that water slide documentary film. Shuley, whatever his name is, he's speaking to a reporter, and this is after he test rode it himself, and he says, quote, that was really exciting because we truly didn't know whether we were going to survive it or not. A ride,
fuck yes.
A ride might be scary, but you figured that they had it figured out. We didn't know whether we had it figured out or not. So at that point,
Jesus Christ.
I will give them a hashtag Wildman for that because, I mean, they fucking were like, well, let's just test it ourselves, see how it goes. But the fact that, just wait till you see what they do to fix the safety measures because that shouldn't have been like the end of the line. Like they should have fucking had someone who knew what they were doing help design this. So according to them, that testing, like, well, that looks pretty good. So they put the slide up at the park. And immediately, the opening of this water slide at the park gets postponed because of safety reasons. Because once again, they're at the park. They have it built at the park, and rafts are still launching off the fucking hill. So it's like at the water park, it's still not working. It's doing the same shit it was. And this isn't an exact quote, but they mention how during the design and building of the water slide, they've been reaching out to or they were being contacted by experts, designers, mathematicians. Literally everyone that's reaching out to them is like, don't do this, don't build this, it's dangerous, like it's not designed correctly, it's not going to be safe.
Jesus.
What was like their comeback to that? Like these guys are just fucking haters.
No, we got this shit.
This is what they said, and there's a video of them saying this. They're all wrong. Every single one of them is wrong.
Nice.
They even say
that might as well be haters.
End quote.
Fuck yeah.
They even say, they're like, yeah, every bit of advice from the brightest minds have not been correct. Like that's what they said.
Okay.
But you know
these guys have been to the fucking gathering for sure.
They do realize though, like we can't like open the water slide to the public when all these rafts are fucking launching off the edge and everything. So what they do to make it safer, they put like these half circle metal poles like looping over the slide, kind of like a canopy in a way, and then they put netting all over it. So that way the entirety of the slide is covered with
Holy
like
shit.
a netting
work.
So if
canopy.
you fly up, you just blast this netting and like rip your fucking fingers off. You try and grab it.
No, netting stops gravity. Netting stops gravity.
Yeah, so that is
did you guys not learn that in science?
But not only that, it's fucking metal poles, like a metal pole, then netting. So if you fly up and hit that, it's gonna hurt like fuck.
Wait, hang on, netting
game.
Damn it, Kevin! Don't say it just yet.
Fuck.
Tim already said it. The netting
they
game.
are juggalos. The fucking netting game.
If the brothers open up a park, we wouldn't need that because we don't get no netting.
That's true.
His first thing, I'm gonna have to think about it.
So right here, I'm gonna edit in an audio clip where the newscasters are there when the slide is being opened to the public, and they're asking everyone in line, like, yeah, are you going to ride it and things like that. And there's a bunch of people that are really excited about going on the ride. And then there's this little black kid who is asked if he's going to ride it. And just the way he answers is super funny, but he says no and that he's scared and that's why he's not going to ride it. And then everyone in the comments is like, yeah, he's the only fucking intelligent person in this entire movie.
Yeah. Yeah. He's the only one that people aren't sending flowers to his fucking family.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Are you going to go on that water slide?
No,
Why not?
it's too scary. It's too scary. It's too scary. It's too scary.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents. You'll proudly mow the lawn. Ask if anybody noticed you mowed the lawn. Tell people to stay off the lawn. Compare it to your neighbor's lawn. And complain about having to mow the lawn again. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance, which, of course, will go right into the lawn. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
So the slide has a raft. Like we said, the raft can hold 3 people. in a straight line. So you're sitting down, but it can hold 1 to 3 people. And then it has a strap, like a seatbelt that's supposed to hold you in. And there's pictures of people on this ride where just the fucking strap just broke off. So there's a guy in the back of this ride, and he doesn't even have a strap on. He's just free, just sitting in this fucking raft freely.
Hell fucking yes.
So why are we talking about this slide?
I was going to ask, was he rapping on it? Like doing like freestyle raps and shit on it?
Why?
Would it have been the riff raft?
Oh, I love that.
That's good.
Riff. So the slide was open for like a year or two, I believe, before this happened. But the date we're going to be talking about is August 7th, 2016. This day is also elected official day at the park, which is an annual promotion where they offer free admission to Kansas elected officials and their families.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Fuck yes.
A Republican state representative named Scott Schwab had brought his wife and their 4 sons to the park for a day of exciting, fun, thrill-seeking action. And it came to the point where the 4 brothers, they wanted to go ride the Verrückt. And Scott, he tells his sons before going, he says, this is what he says to him, quote, "Brothers stick together." And his second oldest son, 10-year-old Caleb, he replied, "I know, Dad." So his dad tells him, brothers stick together.
I heard he also told him, because he wanted him to stand out. He's like, guys, take your shirts off. And he called them my 4 skins.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's also the same exact saying that we had when we all had that circle jerk with each other, and then we all hugged each other at the end. The brothers stuck together.
Oh,
yes.
fuck yeah, we did.
And then the dad, he like pointed up to the slide, and it's a fucking like 169 feet. And his dad was like, "It's a long way to the top if you want to ride the slide." That's so stupid. That's so fucking dumb.
He smoked Marlboro, and then now he's out with your mom doing things.
So they go up to the slide. The 4 brothers, they go on up. And the family siblings, they split into 2 groups. The first group went down the slide, and they were waiting at the bottom for the second group to go. But the second group consisted of 10-year-old Caleb and then 2 sisters. I believe they were sisters. Their
man.
I'm not going to say their names, but so the 3 brothers went in one, and then in the other one is just Caleb and then 2 girls.
Oh my God, they're so dead.
Caleb,
yeah, but Caleb lucked out there at the end.
What's that?
Just riding with the 2 girls.
Oh, okay.
Caleb, he was sitting in the front seat of the raft, and the girls were in the 2 seats behind him. And Caleb, he only weighs 73 pounds, so keep that in mind. Quote, "The 10-year-old was obeying all of the rider instructions given to him, but the raft that was carrying Schwab and the 2 girls allegedly had a, quote, a propensity..." Is that the right word? Is that a propensity?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, that's a word.
Propane.
But the raft that was carrying Caleb and the 2 girls had a, quote, a propensity for going abnormally fast and going airborne more frequently than the other rafts.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And that would be according to an indictment that was filed later. So this raft that they're in, we're going to call it Raft B. This is the raft that has Caleb and the 2 girls. It has had 17 separate staff reports during the 2015 and 2016 summer seasons. So those are like complaints and problems with it. Like they've had 17 reports about this raft.
Are the girls Caleb's sisters, or are they 2 other girls? Because I was assuming they were just 2 other random like teenage girls.
I thought they were
from
sisters.
The crowd.
No, they're 2 other girls.
Oh, never mind. You're
But
right.
they're
you're right.
sisters.
I think, according to
The
the
2
article,
girls are
I think the
sisters,
2
right?
girls were sisters, but they
Are
have
sisters to each other.
Ah.
Yeah,
See, Caleb lucked out.
You
there.
did. Okay, you
Yeah.
did. Hopefully you lost that V card on the way down.
Well, you guys are gonna feel so bad in a minute. This
I
is
mean, we
Yeah, he
kinda,
lost
we
his
kinda-
vitality
we kinda already
card.
know what's coming.
this is a fucking brutal one, guys.
Oh, fuck.
But Raft B was a real son of a bitch. It required maintenance 5 times in that week alone. So here we go. This is rough. The raft went down the first hill, and much like in all the testing with the sandbags, it goes airborne, which causes the raft to collide with the metal pole and netting, which was supposed to be the safety measure that was put in place to prevent the riders from flying off. And Caleb, they're strapped into this raft and they go airborne. He's instantly decapitated.
Holy fuck.
His
Jesus
head
Christ.
is completely cut off. And the two girls behind him are still strapped in. They just get covered in blood. They see Caleb get his head cut off from this thing. And the whole thing is super loud. So everyone at the park looks up and they see this collision and they just see this headless body in this raft and just a river of blood behind it coming down.
Oh my
Jesus,
God.
man.
So many kids are at this park that fucking saw this shit happen.
Somebody call Ari Aster.
Oh, fuck
Dude,
yeah,
and that's the Republican senator's son or congressman or whatever?
Yes. This is an elected day, an elected official day. He came here and brought his family on this day.
They're fucked.
Here's a quote from Nathan Truesdell. He was a filmmaker and he heard about this incident on the news. Quote, "My first thought was that it must have been a freak accident. What a horrible, horrible story. But once I took a closer look, I started to realize how complicated this story really was and how this could have happened to anyone who went down that slide. There wasn't a lot of science or ride engineering involved in the testing and design. They were sending sandbags down and basically hoping that they didn't fly off the slide. The netting that ultimately ended up killing a child was added to prevent the rafts from flying off the slide completely." Yeah, so this...
I don't understand why they didn't just like, fuck the netting and the metal bars, just make each kid wear a parachute. Makes the ride a lot more fun. You fly off, get the parachute out, and fucking.
I mean,
Maybe they should have like
pool.
a pterodactyl catch you in its feet as you fly.
There we go. Now we're
why
thinking.
didn't
Fuck
they?
yeah.
Because we had plenty of those.
Yeah, we're backlogged.
I don't want to laugh at this part coming up, but okay. So this is straight from the wiki. But Caleb, he never should have been allowed to have been seated in the very front seat anyways. The two girls that were with him, one was 275 pounds and the other one was 197 pounds.
Yeah. I'm trying not to make it deletable, man.
I was going to say, so he wasn't as lucky as I was thinking.
At least he wasn't in the middle. Then he'd be like fucking a pea in a hamburger bun sandwich.
Oh god, the middle.
All that should probably go.
The middle would have been the only safe spot for him to be.
What about if he was in the middle? He would have been like the new guy when he has sex with that black girl.
It's her underwear.
God, yes.
She gave them to me.
Hey, did you say the word boink?
Well, Jimmy Eat the World made a whole song about how he should have been in the middle.
Yeah, he should have been. And Malcolm made a whole show about it.
So Caleb, he's about 70 pounds or so. The one girl is around 275 and the other one is close to 200. So Caleb, he should have been in the middle seat just to have some...
Wait, what the fuck? The girls are that big?
Because it was like an uneven weight distribution. It doesn't even make sense why you'd have all the weight in the back and then, especially if you're afraid of this raft like getting airborne, it just doesn't make any sense.
It's a simple matter of weight ratio.
Yeah, what the fuck?
As they
Was
say
he
in
there with
Monty
like, was he
Python.
in there with like two versions of China? Like the wrestler China?
It's like fucking, China, Rikishi, and then fucking Hornswoggle at front.
Shit. Kev, how much was the biggest girl?
275.
Weight-wise? Tim, Awesome Kong only weighs 272.
No, she fucking doesn't. Nah.
So I just looked it up.
Holy fuck. He was
Awesome
in, he was,
fucking Kong
he was there with
weighs
Awesome.
272.
Wait, what the fuck? Who were these girls then? Who were these girls?
Uh,
This is on purpose. Somebody did this on purpose. This is a murder.
the maximum recommended weight is 550 pounds. The total with these three was 546.
What the
Oh my
fuck,
God.
man?
And this is
Like, I don't get, like, what, like, the guy that, because usually on all these rides, there's someone that sits you down and, like, instructs you and everything. Like, is he just trying to, like, mess with the kid by putting up front, like, haha, this kid's gonna go flying? Like, just put two fucking girls together and make the kid fucking wait for the next
those two,
person to come up.
Those two would have been fine.
yeah.
Maybe.
Well, because the dad was probably going to go with the other three boys next.
But why put him with, like, two gargantuan girls? Like, two Amazons. Like, it had to been fucking Amazons.
It's like if the fucking three witches from Hocus Pocus went down.
Like, what the
Hey, I'll be
fuck?
right back. I gotta go pee.
Okay. Since we're waiting for Toof, I'm going to eat a taco real quick.
Those girls were brick. House.
Oh, fuck yeah.
They're mighty. They seen his head fly off.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
They seen his head.
Keep it.
I'm on the highway to hell.
No stop signs or netting. Nobody's gonna keep me down.
I wonder, like, who had to go find the head, like wherever it landed.
I think Al Snow did.
Oh, he found it.
And I think because they were strapped into the raft, I think he lost his head. And then I think his like body still stayed strapped in.
I think it would.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. So alrighty, so continuing straight from the wiki, engineers who inspected the ride also commented that the ride's netting used in areas where riders travel up to 70 miles per hour, quote, posed its own hazard because a rider moving at high speeds could easily lose a limb if they hit it. Their findings revealed that the use of the metal brace and netting system in the design, along with the use of hook and loop straps to restrain the riders, went against guidelines set by ASTM F24 Committee on Amusement Rides and Devices. According to the guidelines, Verrucht should have incorporated the use of a rigid over-the-shoulder restraint for riders and an up-stop mechanism to prevent the rafts from going airborne.
Honestly, dude, fuck the fucking testers of this fucking place for even letting, this is the stupidest fucking idea.
It could have easily been prevented. They turned everyone who tried to tell them, like, hey, this is a faulty design, it's dangerous. We're fucking experts, we know what we're doing, you should listen to us. They just couldn't put their pride aside to do that. And this guy was talking about building ones even bigger and faster than this.
Yeah, that more would have died on.
Yeah. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of people that are in some pretty deep shit because of this. And this is a quote straight from the Esquire article. Jeff Henry, Schlitterbahn's co-owner, and John Schooley, the ride's lead designer, they are facing second-degree murder charges. Miles, the park's operations manager, is facing a charge of involuntary manslaughter. In October, 2 other maintenance workers, David Hughes and John Zalzman, were found not guilty of lying to obstruct the investigation into Schwab's death. In early 2017, Schwab's family settled with Schlitterbahn and other companies involved in their son's death for nearly $20 million.
Damn.
And then the 2 sisters so they were sisters. The 2 girls that were riding with Caleb, they had some serious facial injuries from that as well, and they ended up settling and getting an amount of money too. Undisclosed, I don't know, but I'm sure they got a shit ton. And then when it comes to the actual trial, things go back and forth a bit. In March of 2018, a grand jury would indict them, charging them with involuntary manslaughter, aggravated battery, aggravated child endangerment, and interference with law enforcement. And then, quote, the indictment accused the park of negligence, concealing design flaws, and downplaying the severity of previous injury reports on the ride. So it's like there were injuries previously, but they would kind of hide them and make them sound like it was just scratches. But there are people getting hurt. They just weren't letting the public know about it.
What a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah, dude. They're just so fucking shady. They're just pieces of shit.
Dude, honestly, no, that's too extreme. I'll say just give them the fucking death penalty, dude.
Just make them keep going down this slide until they're dead.
Yeah, make them go down the slide with those fucking girls.
They get 50 tries on it, all 3 of them.
Girls, they have to go with those specific girls to make it fair.
Oh, shit. Here's another quote from the wiki. The 2018 indictment against Schlitterbahn wrote that Henry and Schooley, quote, lacked technical expertise to design a properly functioning water slide and did not perform standard engineering procedures or calculations on how the slide would operate. Instead, they used crude trial and error methods to test its performance out of haste to launch the ride. According to court documents, Schooley conceded that if we actually knew how to do this and it could be done that easily, it wouldn't be that spectacular.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking piece of shit.
What an idiot. Yeah, what the fuck?
Shitbag supreme.
Yeah, I hate these guys. Within a week of this, they would be arrested and charged with second-degree murder, in addition to 17 other felonies.
I see what you mean by the netting now, looking at a picture of it.
Yeah, it is
like
kind of hard to picture without knowing, so...
It's like a cage around the bottom of the slide that conforms to the slide. It's like a tent over the slide.
Yeah.
The canopy.
Yep.
So one of them poles just straight cut that dude's head off.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Because, and keep in mind, these things have probably been banged into 100 times, too.
Oh, yeah.
They're probably
Yeah,
rough as
they're probably
shit.
sharp as fuck, yeah.
So, yes, they would be charged with second-degree murder. However, February 22nd, 2019, all criminal charges would be dismissed.
Oh, Jesus.
Because of inadmissible evidence that had been presented to the grand jury. Quote, the judge's ruling called out state attorneys for presenting the Extreme Water Parks episode to jurors as fact. Remember that reality show?
Yeah.
Well, they used footage of that in court, like against them. However, they presented this video, this reality show, as fact instead of as fictional and dramatized versions of events created for entertainment purposes. And expert witnesses for claiming that the designers of the slide were negligent in not following ASTM standards, despite the fact that the law at the time did not require those standards be followed.
ASTM?
Yes.
The
Ass to
ass-to-mouth standard
Yeah.
features?
I say knew ass mouth was coming.
Otherwise known as the T-Bro-C standards.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Standards of practice and operation.
So yeah, they
Uh-huh.
built this thing all shitty and pretty much knew it was dangerous, but there was no laws at the time that prevented them from doing it. And then from the fact that they brought in this reality TV video as fact and used it against them, they were dismissed of all charges. It's pretty fucking ridiculous. I mean, they have to give the family millions and millions of dollars, but that's...
Not enough.
Yeah, that's fucked up. You guys want to hear something that's going to make you even hate these guys even more?
Yeah.
In an interview published in July of 2018 with Texas Monthly, Henry, he refuses to acknowledge that he could have designed something that would eventually kill Caleb. Here's his quote on that. I thought we had designed the biggest, baddest thing ever built. A ride that could operate safely and never have a serious accident ever. If things were complied with and if the thing was maintained and operated as designed. I'm telling you, the ride that was built by John Schooley and Jeff Henry is not the same ride that the boy was on the day he died. He added, quote, if I really believed I was responsible for the death of that little boy, I'd kill myself right now. He's not taking any responsibility or blame at all.
So who the fuck is responsible then?
What a piece of shit. I hate this guy.
Who you putting that one on, buddy?
Dude.
I mean, what the fuck? Who they putting that on?
I think he's trying to blame the girls.
Or the people. I don't know. Yeah, he's just a piece of shit.
The Verrucht was also taller than the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, it's a big bad boy.
Yeah.
The only good news to come out of this whole thing is that the state would change the law, which wasn't hard for them to do, seeing as how the kid that died was the son of a state representative. And now all the state's amusement parks, they must be regularly inspected by the state, and they cannot be self-inspected like before. The Verrucht water slide, it would be closed forever after the death of Caleb, and it would eventually be dismantled and torn down in November of 2018. And I believe that the water park, I believe the whole thing is closed, or it might have been purchased by another company. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, that is the end of our amusement death case this week, I guess. Amusement park deaths. That's a fucked up one. Could have been avoided.
No, yeah, for sure. Just fucking listen to people.
Dude, these guys treat their fucking water park like I treat my science fair projects. I don't even test them. I just fucking build them and take them straight to the showing.
Yeah, and get a fucking whatever the opposite of superior is.
We got an F. It was honestly, Mr. Roth gave us straight up an F. Not even like a pity D. F.
All right, you guys got any thoughts or questions or comments about this, about the case?
Yeah, let me say my fucking piece about this. Nitwit motherfuckers, like these dipshits, they should be subject to ride their own fucking rides until one of them gets hurt. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
1 in 3 chance, or all 3 if we get fucking lucky. But they should have all been on the raft, and they had to keep riding until someone gets hurt, because fuck them.
The thing looks fucking terrifying looking at the pictures.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So, alrighty, that is the end of our episode. I do have a Patreon shout out to do real quick. I don't know the last name, so we'll just go with Alyssa. Thank you so much for signing up for our Patreon, Alyssa. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode and you'll enjoy our bonus episodes. I did say at the beginning we would do something fun for a shout out. So does anyone have any ideas?
Alyssa, let me kiss you.
Oh,
But no, I ain't got nothing.
I like that. A little freestyle. We can build off that.
Alyssa, let me fist you.
Not that too.
Never mind. I take it back.
You
I condemn myself for saying that.
Let me see here.
But can it stay in?
Allie, SSA. She's a special girl that we talking about today. Signed up on Patreon with the #1 reason to have some fun. That's all I got.
Oh, nice. I like that, though.
Yeah, that was 1,000 times better than what I was going to do.
So, I mean, hey, how's your mom's spaghetti just now, Kev? Because you're a fucking M&M.
I was a little upset Tim already took the very first one I wanted to lead with. Like, after hearing that, it's all I could... It's like, damn it.
That's sorry.
Yo, Alyssa, you know I miss ya. When times are hard, I just pull out your picture
Oh,
of Kool-Aid that you gave me at Jonestown.
Alyssa, were you in on that?
Where you going with my son? That's all I got. That's all I can pull off.
I mean, we just accused Alyssa to be part of Jonestown, but all right, that's fine.
Hey, Alyssa, please kiss me while we watch Disney and eat mashed potatoes. I like shit on my motherfucking toilet seat. Don't you want to come and meet my parents?
Hell yeah. Perfect.
Anything else, guys?
No, I think so.
Spence, you want to do our closing shit, brother?
Well, thank you all for listening. You should check us out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Join the Snapchat group. It's chaos. It's pure, total. The Joker would be really happy in there.
I love it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's insanity. But you should come join us. Just check out KGreen6337.
Yeah, that'll be my Snap name. Add me and say you want to join the group, and I will add you to the group. And like I said at the beginning, I highly recommend you turn the notifications, you silence the group, which you can Google how to do that. It's really easy.
Nope, leave them on.
I leave mine on because I only use my phone after 5 o'clock, so I don't have to really see it all day. But yeah, it's good shit. I love it. It's so random. Like, you'll get dogs, cows, funny videos, people mowing their yard at fucking 10 at night and shit. It's awesome. I love it. It's so funny, too. Movie quotes.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's awesome. Giveaways. Toof's going to be giving away shirts that he made.
Absolutely. Get in there and get some free T-Bro C swag.
Hell yeah. All right, and sorry I interrupted you on that, Spence.
No, we needed more info. So you can also email us, brotherscommon.place@gmail.com. There is brotherscommon.place. I don't know if it works. I'm in charge of that, and I should... Hey, you know what? If somebody writes in and says that they care that brotherscommon.place doesn't work, I will fix it right there and then. I just need somebody to say it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah. All right, fine. I'll fucking... just cut that part out.
No, I like it.
And join us on Patreon. There's the $1 level, the $5 level. There's all kinds of cool benefits to that you can read about on there. And most of the people a bunch of the people in the Snapchat are in there. A lot of our biggest fans have just kind of eventually made the leap, and we appreciate it. Some of them are giving more than the maximum amount, which is craziness.
Yeah, we love it.
So if you find that this podcast brings you value, you might want to consider that.
But dude, one of my favorite ones, one of the most active guys in there is my buddy Emmanuel. Shout out to E.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, you guys met
E.
him in Chicago. He's cool as fuck.
He's the man.
He
is awesome.
He doesn't listen to the podcast, but
yeah, we're giving him a shout out for no fucking reason.
But he is so fucking active in this group. Like, when he first joined, he posted that GIF of Homelander where he's like floating down like Jesus.
Yeah.
And he just typed in, "I have arrived." He doesn't even listen to the
he listens to the fucking podcast. We're gonna message him.
Oh yeah,
That's funny because his name is Emmanuel too.
Yeah, he's a badass dude. I love him.
Yeah.
Was that everything, Spence? I'm sorry.
I think so.
So yeah, just a special shout out and thank you to everyone that has left us a review. That really helps a lot and means a lot to us. As soon as the true crime charts started, like the true crime category on iTunes, we debuted at like 125. And then nobody has moved. Literally the top 200, not a single podcast moves except us. We drop out and go to 400, and then we'll come back to like 130, but everyone else stays put. It doesn't really make any sense. So we'll probably never stay put on there, I'm guessing. But thank you to everyone that is leaving us reviews, sharing the show with friends. That really means a lot to us. I love it whenever people reach out to us and send us messages. I know I have a bunch of people I haven't replied back to, most of them because they were about the bonus Q&A we're going to do. Hopefully we'll do it sometime soon, maybe next week. We'll try and get that done. Yeah, thank you for everyone. Sign up for Patreon. Like Spence said, it's $1 and $5. You get shout out if you do the $5. You get a bunch of bonus episodes. I'll mail you stickers. Yeah, so it's just pretty cool. I like having this little community thing going on. Speaking of community, shout out to our boy Brooklyn John. Hell yeah, Commonplace community, baby. But yeah, thank you to him and everything he does for us. Always supports the show. He's a cool dude.
He's part of the show.
And yeah, he is. Fifth brother. Andrew is the sixth brother until Andrew comes back on episode 200, baby.
Oh, can't wait for that. We're going to be doing some new murder that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I'm going to look into the future. Hannibal Buress.
Oh,
yeah.
We'll see you, buddy.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's everything from me. Primo, you got anything, dude?
No, I got nothing.
Oh, also, before I forget, special thank you and shout out to our boys in the Las Bandoleros. They're fucking awesome. They're rad. The fact that they listen to the show just blows my mind. Doesn't make any sense because they are way too cool for this. Thank you, guys.
That's the only reason we have fans.
Yeah, they jammed out our closing song. It's super badass. And shout out to all the dudes in the Snap group. I love you guys. I know we've been talking about them a lot, but it's just been so much fun. Something I look forward to.
Yeah, we love it.
But alrighty, Toof, my good boy, do you have any words of wisdom for these wonderful people today?
Fuck yeah, dude. It involves our boy, the one and only Andrew.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You guys all want to do an impression of Andrew coming? I'll go first.
Yeah, let me just load up this video of this tortoise having sex because I think it's gonna sound like that. Have you guys ever heard those? You just hear the
you look up turtle fucking.
You just hear the shell hitting, and then the tortoise is like, it's fucking awesome.
Dude, what if the shells were like super hollow and it sounds like when dudes play like Jamaican trash can drums?
Real quick though,
Oh, fuck yes.
I think we need to address the fact that you just called me out for watching a video of tortoises fucking. Do you?
Yeah, what
I
the
know.
fuck?
I'm a hypocrite.
Oh shit, you've been watching
Yeah,
too.
Tim, what is the one video you're thinking of right now that Toof showed us?
A guy just
Yep.
shitting himself.
Into a clear plastic bag.
Just a guy shitting himself. And Toof just had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, have it on me all times.
So alrighty.
You know I keep that motherfucking thing on me.
You never know when you'll need it.
And I kind of feel like we're giving the people a second words of wisdom because I feel pretty wise after what we just talked about right there.
Oh, man. I've learned a lot. Hey, Kev, I'm learning a lot from you right now.
Dentist system.
Yeah.
So me and the boy, Andrew Carnell, he's too busy to be on the pod, but he ain't busy enough to make webcam videos.
Oh.
So me and him, you know, he's like, I can't make the pod, man. He's like, I just feel like I'm missing out. And I was like, fuck it. Let's install a dash cam in the car and let's just go around and fucking film while we fucking do shit. So Andrew's kind of like a super hacker. So he drives around. I drive Andrew around while he's on his super hacking laptop. And we like drive around and steal people's credit cards and shit and order funny things. And like we drive by people's houses and steal all the data from their computers and everything. But, you know, like who wants to watch a webcam of that? There's nothing funny in that. So we take Viagra and get fucking our dicks like rock solid while we do it. And like we type on the laptop with our dicks and stuff and make sure they're always in camera sight. And we call our webcam series Hard Drive.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck, man. I feel so wise after that.
Oh, that's a good one, dude. Well, I think that's a good show ender. Good closer.
I think so. Absolutely.
And now it's time for the real podcast.
Fuck yes, dude. I was putting that at the very end. There's like a stretch of like 10 episodes where that's the very last thing that plays. I need to start doing it again. But alrighty, thank you everyone for listening. Be good.
Stay safe.
Laugh at the dark stuff.
Hashtag boy pussy.
Oh, hashtag
Fuck yeah.
pretzel dog.
Hashtag wild ride.
Oh. Too soon, Tim.
Fuck.
Was it too much? Was that too soon?
That was a little too soon, dude.
Wasn't it? Wildman?
Wildman to the owners of that water slide for when they went down first.
Yeah, that is true. That was
because now we know the risk they were actually taking with that.
I like the fact that they actually tried it themselves. I did respect them for that, but then they just all went much like Caleb in that raft. They went downhill.
Oh yeah,
things never got better.
Yeah.
Hashtag thank you, Mark.
Hashtag thank you, Australian Daniel.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I love Daniel.
And also hashtag shout out to the Brooklyn.
Hell yeah.
Brooklyn.
Our wild man boy.
Hell yeah, dude. Fan favorite, baby. But yeah, thank you to everyone.
We love you all.
I got about 100 notifications from our Snap group I need to go through now.
I know my phone keeps going off and I'm like, oh, am I getting text? And I'm like, wait, I'm not popular. This must just be the Snapchat group.
Alrighty, I'm ending it.
All right, we'll see you.
The Starlight Lounge presents An Evening with the Progressive Box.
Old moon, yeah. That's Hugo, tickling the ivories. He just saved by bundling home and auto with Progressive. Gonna finally buy a ring for that gal of yours, Hugo? Send her my condolences. Hi-oh! This next one's for you two. There's a burglar in my heart. Thank you.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
It's the Labor Day sale at Ace, the perfect time to buy the latest grills from our exclusive lineup of premium brands. Right now, buy one of our select Traeger grills and get a free Traeger accessories package valued at over $85. Plus, Ace Rewards members get free assembly and delivery on our top grills and accessories $3.99 and up. From our store right to your door. Don't miss the Labor Day sale. Now through Monday, only at Ace. See participating stores for scheduling or exclusions.